What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down some very important levels to watch for and how the charts are looking thus far. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. So, what's happening with the markets right now? As a result of the reaction relating to retail sales and also initial jobless claims, the market is remaining bullish. For tomorrow, I just want to give you guys a heads up that there's not really much data coming out, but at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have some Michigan consumer sentiments data, which is once again very, very minor. Fridays are full of manipulation, but for now, the market remains bullish approaching Friday. So, what do I see for the charts? What's going on? Tesla has a very, very nice accumulation structure and it's been making higher highs and higher lows. Breaking structure right here is a very, very good sign. But we have this tough resistance at 215 to watch for. If we break this, our next target is going to be all the way up here where this wick is towards this 220 area. If we can't break past 215, I'd be looking at 212 to be retested all the way close to that support. And then we also have that 210 area at our 200 EMA. Now, Tesla's still bullish. Even if we do retrace a bit, we could continue higher. I think the share price still has a lot of momentum that's building. On top of that, when you zoom out, I want to show you guys something else that's interesting. When you zoom out all the way, just like this, you'll also notice that Tesla has a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure that's been developing, especially as we get closer and closer to the big robotaxi event. This is an inverse head and shoulders so far on the chart. If we continue to climb like this just gives more and more conviction that this thing is on an uptrend and we're about to see this nice little bounce. Also, Tesla had the slowdown here at 140. Since then, we've been making higher highs and higher lows technically. So the chart is still bullish. The trend is starting to shift. I know a lot of people look at Tesla and say, oh, we're on a massive downtrend. We've actually been making higher lows for many, many months now. And I think that yes, there's been these cycles where Tesla has these big drops, these big bearish cycles, these big bullish cycles, but overall it's still uptrending. And that's something I just wanted to call out. So that's what I'm seeing for the time being on the bigger trend. And for now, Tesla remains bullish. We're bullish right now on Tesla. But for the super short term, okay, we're just looking at 215. We're just taking this one step at a time. We're not going to go straight up to 300 overnight. We're not going to go up to 250 overnight. We have to look at the next level one at a time just to see how high this is going to go. So we're looking at 215. We'll see if Tesla breaks this going into tomorrow. We still look bullish overall. We'll see if we get a little retracement or not and continue higher or not from here. We do have some tough resistance at 215, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla does retrace a bit before it continues higher, but still, Tesla is bullish nonetheless. For SPY, we're doing a great job at pushing, but I want to warn you guys to be a little careful. Not saying we have to stop. I'm just saying that resistance is going to get tough here. We're approaching this resistance near 554. 554 to 555 is going to be a tough resistance zone. If we break that, okay, if we break 555, we're going all the way up towards very, very close to about 560. That's going to be our next target. If we don't break this, there could be a small retracement. It all depends because this is going to be a tough resistance. So I think SPY will push a little bit more closer to 555, 554 to 555 around that range. And then we'll see if we break it or not. But I just want to call out tough resistance right there. So watch for a tough resistance. We'll see how we react to this. Remember, the last time we hit this, we got a big rejection. We actually struggled to break 555 the last time we went up there. So just be careful. I think SPY is very bullish. It's going to continue to push, but just be mindful of 555. We'll see if we could break this next level or not. We managed to break 544 and 547. So, yes, it's possible we just break through with this, but it's not a guarantee. We have to watch for confirmation. So, I just want to give you guys a heads up about that. For Nvidia, we're bullish. We actually broke structure at 121.5. We're going to be looking for a push towards 125 now. We basically have a lot of potential to get up there as long as we hold above 122. But if we lose 121.5, look for a move back down towards 120, then eventually 117. But overall, Nvidia is still bullish. So this may attempt to get into the mid 120s. We're doing a good job so far at holding up, and the chart remains bullish as I speak. Bitcoin, of all things, is showing weakness. So this was trying to break out. We hit our EMA. I said we need to break past 59,600 to continue higher. We had potential, but I said to watch this resistance at our 50 EMA. Instead of breaking this, we got a rejection. So Bitcoin's retracing a little bit. We're looking at support at 57,000. Could it be that there's a little rotation here as money's exiting crypto and kind of transitioning into stocks? It's a possibility. But if anything, it's possible that if we don't hold 57,000, we'd be looking at this move down to 55,000. So we were watching this resistance and we got a little rejection here. So it is what it is. Bitcoin could dip a little lower, but just watch 57,000 support. So it might dip a little bit more from here, but it's nothing too bad. SPY is holding up. QQQ is holding up very nicely. I called out this high right here around 475 if we broke past 472. And lo and behold, we're approaching 475. So that's going to be a tough resistance as well on the QQQ. The last time we had 475, we got this big rejection. So this time we're going to see, are we about to get a rejection or not? As of right now, the chart looks bullish. It's favoring 475 or so. If we break that, we're going to fill the gap up to about 477, the mid 477s. And then above that, we have 480. So look at those resistance levels, 475, 477, and 480. But the QQQ remains bullish overall. Just know that 475 is a tough resistance. We'll see if we break that. The last time we hit that, it rejected, but it does have potential in my opinion. On Apple, low and behold, 225 is here, the exact level we called out. If that breaks, our next target is going to be all the way up here towards 227. If we reject, make sure you watch 223 as support, followed by 220. Overall, Apple's looking very bullish. It looks like it's going to be testing 225 flat. If we could break this, there's going to be a bigger push coming for that almost 227 area. We'll see how Apple does. I think it's doing a great job so far. It looks more bullish, so it still remains bullish, but just watch that resistance. For Supermicro, I called out that if we hold above 600, we could be pushing back up towards this imbalance, towards 616. And above that, we'd be looking for the 620s. I said if we rejected off 600, look for a dip. And instead, we broke through that. So we hit my target of 616. And now we're continuing to push. So the question is, can we maintain the level above 600? If that's the case, we'll be looking for a push back up towards 640. If we can't, look for retracements of 580. This chart is favoring 640. For the Russell, the IWM, we look bullish. We have a very similar setup as that of like Tesla. That's very, very ironic. But anyways, I think that's we're looking at 212.5 as a key resistance zone. If we break that, our gap resistance is going to be around 215, followed by the gap level for 216. If we reject, you'll be looking for a dip back down towards 209. But I think that this is favoring a lot more upside. We look bullish, so I'm very excited about this, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. For Coinbase, we're trying to push higher. Make sure you look at this 204 area. This is going to be our resistance. If we break this, there's going to be a bigger push coming for about this 210 zone. And if you reject, make sure you look at 196.5 as our support. This is favoring that it's just kind of range bound right now. So if we lose 196, we're bearish. If we break 203, we're bullish. And we are just stuck in the dead center. So just give it some time. For Amazon's looking more bullish as well, in my personal opinion. I like the setup. So we're basically fighting 177. If we hold above 177, I think our next target is going to be 180. If we reject off this previous support becoming resistance, I think that we could be retracing to 175. As of right now, the chart looks bullish. It looks like it wants to go up to about 180. That looks more favorable, so it might just try to push more, especially as Amazon's running really nicely. Meta has been trying to push up to 540, but like I said, there's a tough resistance here. Right here, we have a tough resistance at this 538 area and also very close to 540. It is possible we go a little bit higher, but just no resistance is tough. So if this is forming like a cup and handle, we'll have to see if we get like a little handle that's about to form. But just watch and see how we end up reacting to about 538s to 540. Can we break past 540 and keep going, or do we get a little retracement? If we retrace, I'm going to be looking at 534 as a key support. Then below that, we have 530, then 525. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. We'll see if we get a little dip and then continue, but just give it some time. For Microsoft, we're doing a great job at holding up. I'm looking at the 420 as a tough resistance. If we break that, we're going up towards 422. If we retrace, look for 416 as support. We're doing a great job so far. Same thing on Google. Google's trying to push, make sure you get 163.5 as resistance. It's not that strong, but it might try to get close to 164, and we'll see if it holds. But we got to get back above 163.5 to really turn up. With that being said, Tesla looks really nice right now. I like the setup. It's doing a great job at holding up, especially as it's grabbing liquidity down here. So it looks bullish, but whether or not this continues depends on 215. So watch and see if we break 215. Have a great day, guys. That's just going to be your quick technical update. The market remains bullish even like right now after all these hours. So stay strong, but just know the market's approaching some tough resistance. We'll see what kind of reaction we get. As of right now, the charts favor more upside, so we'll see if we break those key levels. Have a great day, guys. I thank you all so much for listening, and peace out.